Some people are leeching off of you. Let's get rid of them. If you have been following along on my channel, you would have had found that there are about 7 videos up to this point before this episode. This is episode 8, where we're dealing with removing the leeches from your life. So in episode 3 to 7, we essentially dealt with a bunch of aspects that you need to get right in order to start experiencing success in your area of focus. And your area of focus would be the thing that you want to be successful in. So if you are a bodybuilder, maybe you'd like to get to the point where you are entering competitions and you are winning. If you maybe on the financial side, you'd like to increase your earnings, and you've started to do that. You've started experiencing success in that area. So the various topics that I've dealt with are the win-lose proposition. That's where you learn about the various deals that people will enter into with you, where you win and they lose, or they win and you lose. And the best type of deal that you want to get into is a win-win deal, where you win and that party wins, where you start developing better. Then the next video dealt with what do you believe about yourself, and in that video I basically dealt with installing better beliefs, believing that you deserve better, and that you actually can get better, that you can get better than what you can get, more than what you are currently getting. And there was a whole methodology that I followed there. And so there's a bunch of videos that I've dealt with, and in these videos I've basically dealt with various aspects to help get you to the point where you are succeeding. And this video is part of a 3 or 4 part series where I'm dealing with how to get what you want. And today's episode, we are going to be dealing with the leeches, the people in your life who are draining you, who are taking from you without giving anything back. So how do we deal with them? How do you identify them? How do you get to the point where you actually can get rid of them? And once you get to that point when you decide that you want to get rid of them, what are some of the challenges that you are going to be facing? And those are all things that we will deal with in today's video. So in preparation for today's video, I had a look at leeches and what leeches actually are, the real, the blood-sucking things that you pick up in various bodies of water or in certain parts of the world. And what I discovered was that these leeches, they attach themselves to you. They attach themselves to you, and then they don't immediately just start sucking out blood, but they inject something into your bloodstream that prevents your blood from clotting, which allows them to drink as much blood as they want to. And they feed for about 20 to 30 minutes once they're attached, and once they've had their fill, they then just fall off. And that's pretty much what the leeches in your life will do. They will come into your life, they go through their process, and I'll talk about that process. They'll get whatever they want from you, and once they have what they want from you, they then like, okay, see you again later, buddy. We'll get back to you. And that's how they are. So before we can remove the leeches, we need to figure out, we need to have a way of identifying them, knowing that these are the toxic people in our lives that we need to get rid of. Oh, by the way, before I go on any further, if you do enjoy these videos, then if you do enjoy my channel, if you do enjoy this video, then please consider subscribing. There's a subscribe button down below here somewhere. Hit that subscribe button. There's also a bell notification, a bell right next to that button that will notify you every time I release a new video. So please do like the video. If you do like it, there's a like button somewhere over here. Hit that thumbs up if you like it. If not, don't do anything. But you can also subscribe to my channel. Please do. I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers, and this is a very ambitious goal. I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers by the 15th of June. Yeah, that's just about in a month's time. And today's date, today is the 26th of May 2019, so by the 15th of June 2019 I would like to be at 1,000 subscribers. I will let you guys know how that progresses. So if you do like these videos, please do hit that like button. I really would appreciate, and I do need the support. So let's get back to that video. What is the process that these leeches in your life, what is the process that they follow? Well, the first thing that they do is the person that just comes to you and tries to get stuff from you, obviously just going to be like, no, I'm sorry, I don't have time for you. I don't have your time. That's what you're going to do. So they know this. So what they have to do is they have to build trust with you. They have to get to a point where you value them, where you give them access to you. And it's very important that you need to realize that you give them access. Unlike, well, with the leeches as well, you go to the area where these things are, and then they attach themselves to you if the conditions are just right. And the same thing happens with these leeches in our lives. They come to us, they seek us out. Whether you are successful or not, they will seek you out. They go and they look for victims, and once they do find a hospitable victim, then they start putting their plan into action. And this plan starts with building confidence with you, building trust with you, getting you to the point where you value them, where you see the worth that they bring into your life. So that's the first thing. And as they do that, they look out for areas in which you are weak, things that you aren't that good at. And once they find that, they know that that's how they're going to get to you. They know that's how they'll use that to get stuff from you. And also, as they go along, they also try to determine whether or not you have anything of worth, anything that they want. If you don't have anything that they want, then they leave. That leech, the actual leech that in nature, that it's not gonna go and sit on a tree and try to suck the bark out when it's looking for blood. It's not gonna do that. And the same thing with these people. So what you need to take from this is that they see something in you. They see some worth. They see some value, and they want that value. They build a trust with you, and then they look for a weakness, something that they can exploit. And once they found that weakness, that's what they are gonna hit you over the head with. So they don't start out immediately. They'll give it a while, a couple of days, maybe a couple of months. If they're really patient, maybe even a couple of years, because they need the opportunity, the situation to be just right. They're very patient, these people. So then what they do when the opportunity does arise, they get you to believe that you can't carry on without them. So they see some sort of weakness. Then they insinuate themselves into your life, and they become an important part of it. So they know, okay, maybe you aren't a big thinker. You aren't someone that can set things out logically. So they will come and they'll be like, okay, I see you have a plan. Okay, I'd like to get involved in that. I see that you struggle a little bit with just organization. Let me help you with that. I will do that for you. And they do. And you're like, oh wow, this is so great. Someone that can finally help me out. And that's cool up until this point, because most people will do that. Build trust with you, find some way in which to add value to your life. And this is where the leech now deviates from the person who actually wants the best for you. That person will then go and look for some weakness that you have, some area in which you are deficient, and then they will hit you over the head with that weakness. And they will continue letting you know about this thing, sometimes very subtly. It starts out subtle at first, and then eventually it becomes pretty blatant, and they're like, dude, you don't know what you're doing when it comes to this particular thing. And they've already identified what it is that they want from you. So they use this to distract you while they're taking from you. And once they have a little bit of what they want, and just before you get to the point where you are like, no, I'm sorry, I'm no longer interested in this association, they will then go back to the building trust phase. So they build you up and then they break you down. And just before you get to the point where you say, I've had enough, just before you get to that point, that is when they like say, okay, fine, let's build that trust again. And there are generally two classes of leeches. There are the leeches that are either on the same level as you or on one level above. So in some way they are really good at something that you are not good at, or maybe it's someone that you report to. And so that's one class. The other class of leeches is the ones that want something from you. They don't have anything to give, but they need something from you. So what I've described thus far is the ones that are on the same level or who are slightly better than you, who want something from you. So they've got something to offer and they will offer that and take what they want. You won't give it to them, they will take it. It's not a win-lose, it's not a win-win situation, it's a win-lose deal. Now the other type of person who wants something from you and is not going to give you anything, he also follows basically the same approach. Builds trust with you, gets you to believe that you're such an amazing person, that you really care, and that they've been looking for someone like you all of their life, and now they're so happy that they found you. And indeed they are happy that they found you, because you, my friend, are the next mark. So they exploit that, your kindness, your generosity, and they will come and say, I need, there's something that I need. I've tried this and that, and things just haven't been working out for me. Could you please help me? I really need your help. I would appreciate it so much. It just would be the best thing for me ever. And then you assist him. Whoop, then they disappear. Then they come back into your life maybe a few months later, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of days. And they're like, hey, my friend, how's it going? I'm so glad to see you again. How's the family? How's everything going? How's everyone? Is everyone doing good? Oh, I'm so happy for you, man. Things, for me, things have kind of progressed, I've hit some obstacles, but I'm good. It's so good to see you again. I hope that we can just pick up from where we left off. And you're like, yes, because you're a nice person. You like having people in your life. And they see this as weakness, which they will exploit. So they come back to you again later and they're like, hey, my friend, so something's happened, and I don't want to do this to you, but maybe I shouldn't. No, what? I'm not going to. And then you'll be like, no, please tell me what it is. That. And then then it's like, oh, I don't know if I should. And you're like, come on, man. I'm here for you. And you're like, I'm here for you. And they're like, awesome. But they're not going to say. They're going to be like, oh, yes. Okay, since you insist. Now they came up with the situation in such a way that you would insist. And you do. Because you're a nice person. You're a decent person. And then they're like, oh, I fell on hard times again. Something's fallen through, and I really do need you. I do need your help. I really would appreciate it. It really would mean a lot to me. But if you can't, I understand. It's life. Things happen. It's just that right now things are really bad for me, and they will always, this class of person will always make this situation seem so much worse than anything that you could be going through. Even if you are going through the worst thing in your entire life, they will find a way to make their situation seem worse, but then they will downplay it and be like, no, it's fine. They create that distance so that you are drawn in. And when you are drawn in, boom, they get what they want, and they disappear. And you'll hear from them again next time they are in need. So there's two classes of people. The class of person that comes along and he says that person either is on the same level as you or slightly above you, knows more or is more competent at something, and that person will want something from you. He will offer you fake friendship, build the trust, build the confidence, and as he does that, he finds weaknesses, and he also discovers that, hey, you've got some stuff that I actually want. So instead of finding a way for both of you to benefit from that thing that he sees in you or she sees in you, they will try to take it from you. But the only way they can take it from you is if they hit you over the head with your weaknesses or something that you aren't good at. So they whack you over the head with that, and then they say, well, no, they take this thing, and then they like realize, okay, I need to be a little bit smart here, because if this person realizes exactly what I've done, then I'm not going to have access to them again in the future, and I still want to use them. So then they go back to building the trust, all of that kind of thing, and then they determine your next weakness, hit you over the head, take what they want, and the cycle continues. The other class of person needs stuff from you, doesn't have anything to give, will build trust with you, get you to see them, view them as a friend, and as you view them as a friend, they take advantage of that. Then they disappear, then they come back later, and the cycle repeats. But wait a minute. You know what you want. You've started to become successful. You are on your journey. In your area of focus, you are doing well. These people see this and they want to exploit it. And the thing is that you actually do realize, you've come to realize now after a while, that maybe these people are not good for me. But maybe they are friends and family. Real close friends and close family. If it's a colleague at work, most of us know how to deal with that. But what happens when it's a family member, if it's a friend, it's someone close? And the thing is that you see what they are doing, but because of the proximity that they have to you in your mind, you maybe have just allowed them access. Well, here's the thing, folks. You know what success is. You know what it looks like. You know what it looks like when someone is genuinely interested in you. If you know what it looks like, then what you need to start doing is you need to start putting up those boundary walls. You need to start putting up those boundaries. And you actually already have, because you've started planning for certain things. You know what you want, you know what you deserve, you know that you can get better, you know what the win-lose proposition is, you know what the win-win proposition is. You have all of these things right figured out in your area of focus. So now what you need to do is you now need to apply that to your personal life as well. To these people who are leeching off of you. And maybe there's even a colleague at work who's managed to get you to view him as a close friend, as an ally, as a confidant. Now, just think for a second, what do you deserve? Do you deserve for people to take advantage of you like this? To take from you and not want the best for you? Do you deserve that? Is that the kind of win-lose proposition that you are prepared to live with? And most of us will say, no, I don't want to. But, forget the but, folks. That but right there, conjunction of contrast, cancel that. Close to me or not close to me, it doesn't matter. If you are leeching off of me, what you need to realize is that if, in nature, if you go and you jump into a pond where there are 1,000 leeches, one leech is, it's not great. Two, we can handle two. There's a certain point. Now you must remember what the leech does when it attaches itself to you. It releases an enzyme into your body that prevents it from clotting. If you have enough of these things on you that cause your body to release blood, to not clot, to prevent this parasite from getting your life-giving blood. If that happens in nature, and if you have enough of these things, then what's going to happen is that you will die. It can be lethal because you will bleed to death. Now you have all of these parasites in your life. Is it right for you to allow any of these things any of this kind of people into your space. As they are coming into your space and taking from you, do you realize that they are taking from your future? They are preventing you from reaching your full potential. If someone wants the best for you, they are going to stand by you. They are not going to want to take from you all. They will want to give you something in return. They give you friendship. They give you the ability to bounce ideas off of them. There is some exchange that takes place that is win-win. When that happens, then it's fine. But leeches don't do that. Leeches are taking from you. They are taking from your future. They are preventing you from getting to the point that you want to be. Or they are slowing down your progress. If you have enough of them, they are going to drain all of your financial resources, all of your intellectual resources, and you are going to be left with nothing, my friend. Is that what you want? If you are like me, then that's not what you want. If you are a sensible, rational person who is loving and caring, then you are not going to settle for second-class behavior. You are not going to settle for contracts of mediocrity. You are going to want the best for yourself and for whoever you are dealing with. And these leeches don't want the best for you. They want the best for themselves. They don't care about you. Family, friend, don't matter. It does not matter. They don't care about you, and you need to understand that. The minute you understand that, ultimately they care about themselves. If someone is selfish, it's not, no, there's no sharing. Selfish is not sharing. That leech is selfish. It's all about preservation of itself. That leech in nature, what do you want? You want to grab the thing, but you can't do that. You need to be smart about how you're gonna get rid of it. And if you get rid of it in the correct way, it will stay gone. It's not gonna come back to bite you. Same way with these leeches in your life. So you find you need to keep them out. Put up that boundary wall, and the minute they come over, you're like, no, my friend. Yes, we're friends, we're colleagues, no, that's cool, but what is it that you want? Oh, you say that I don't know how to plan. Oh no, I do know how to plan. I know about short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. I know how to get to where I want. That's how I got here. That's the reason why you want to take stuff from me, because you can see that I am able to do stuff. And the minute you can, in your mind at least, without confronting them necessarily, if in your mind, if you can see that, you see what this person is doing, and block them at every point where they come and they trying to get in this way, you close that hole in your boundary. Like, nope, you're not getting in there, my friend. Oh, you say that I'm incompetent. No, I am actually quite competent. Oh, you say I can't plan. No. As you can see, I've learned how to plan. Oh, you say that I'm not pretty enough. Really? Well, who makes you the authority on good looks? So they will throw things at you, and you need to have a way of keeping their attacks at bay. And when you do that, when that guy tries to slip his hand in to get at your good stuff, you're like, hey, hands off. Can't touch, Papa. Can't just touch. Can't just come just for what? No, you say, hold up, buddy. Take a step back there. That's not yours. That's mine. That's my intellectual property. That's my money. That's my family. That's my car. You can't take it unless I give you permission to. And as you start doing this, and as you start blocking them at every point, he comes with that, hey, I got you. He comes, he throws a right hook, you're like, all right, I got that. He throws the cross, you're like, whoop, I got that. Comes, he tries to give you the kick, you block that. What's he gonna do? He's gonna eventually it's what happens naturally when you have an answer for every attack that they throw at you. When you have that answer, you find that eventually these guys are looking for weaklings. A leech is not, in nature, a leech is looking for the strongest, best possible host. They want to love. But with people, with these leeches in our lives, they're not looking for someone who's strong and who can block and defend at every point. They're looking for someone that has holes in their boundaries. They're looking for someone that's weak, someone that they can prey of, but someone also at the same time who does have a measure of success, who does have something that they want. And you need to be able to identify them. And as you are able to block the defense, block their advances, and prevent them from taking the stuff that's yours, as you are able to do that, you'll find that eventually they will make the decision to back off. And if they don't, then you can tell them. You can be like, I'm sorry, but that's mine, and I do not give you permission to. Oh, you want my intellect, you want my ideas? No, I'm not going to give you any more ideas. Come up with your own ideas. You can't take my ideas and run around with them as if though they are your own. That's not right. And as you start doing that, you'll find that the majority of them will leave. Those who stick around and still want to continue trying, you just put up. If you become aware of the fact that you have a hole in your boundary, that there's some way in which they constantly are coming in, finding a way to get at you so that they can get to you, then you close up that boundary, find an answer for that, and you're like, okay. And eventually you'll find that they can't get in as long as you keep on patching all of the holes and fixing all of the holes in your boundaries. And the more you do that, the more you will start realizing that you can actually be independent of them. That guy that said, you need me because I know how to do this, and you are incompetent and you don't know how to do that, and then they get at your goal. All of those guys that do that kind of thing, when you start developing your independence, you have an answer for them. That guy that comes to you and is like, oh, but we are such good pals and buds. To them, my answer is, if we are such good friends, then you wouldn't take advantage of my kindness, of my generosity. You wouldn't do that, but that's what you are doing right now. It's an answer. And as you start doing all of this, you'll find that you start developing an independence of them. You start clearing out all of the riffraff, all of the people that don't deserve to be in your life. You start clearing them out. Have an answer for those who want to take from you, and allow the ones who want the best for you. Allow those in. And don't be scared. Because this is the next point that I'd like to get to. You will find your place in the world without them, without the leeches. You don't need the leeches. You will find your place in the world. It will take a little bit of time. You will be independent of them, and you will meet new people. You will find your own way. You will start living by your own rules, as opposed to having someone else constantly tell you how stupid you are, how weak you are, that you can't do this and you can't do that. You've done a lot of things. If you've managed to live 20 years, you've done something right. And as a result of that, stop second guessing yourself. You've got what it takes. You just need to dig deeper and meet every challenge head on. Find a way to solve your problems, to solve that difficult thing that you're struggling with. Don't look for the easy way out and find someone else to fix it for you. No, face it. Head on. You can do it. And as you start doing that, you will find that you can do things. You will start becoming independent. Your confidence by doing. There's that type of confidence that comes by doing stuff, and then you start realizing, like when you first start driving, it's not good, eh? You're very skittish and nervous and all of that, and the more you drive, the more confident you become, comfortable you become behind the wheel. The more comfortable you become behind the wheel, and the better your driving becomes, and then you before you know it, you get in the car, you go, you do whatever you need to do. It's not even a thing. And the same thing will happen in your life, in that area of focus. As you start expanding and becoming really good at that, the rest of your life will require some work as well. And this is one of those things where you get rid of the leeches, people that don't belong. So now what's happened is, maybe you find that you had 100 friends, and through this process of becoming who you are supposed to be, and becoming more confident, you might find that some of these friends start disappearing, because some of them were actually leeches. They weren't your real friends. And then you have this core group that remains behind, that has always supported you, that has always rooted for you through all of your difficulties, through the hardships, through the victories. They were there. but they aren't there all the time. And this is where, so now you've become more independent. And this is where you get to the point where you maybe start becoming just a little bit cocky. I know this happened to me, where I started exercising and working out, and eventually I became really, really cocky, and I said some things that I wish I never did. But it was said. And I learned that through the independence, through the confidence that comes by doing, you sometimes get it wrong, and you sometimes say things that it was said with good intent. The intent behind it was good, but the way in which you communicated it was absolutely wrong, and that doesn't work. So what you are going to have to learn how to do now is, you're going to have to learn how to be your own barometer for when you are being too much or too little. When you say the right thing the wrong way and it has the wrong result, then it's the wrong thing to say. However, if you say the right thing the right way and it has the desired result, then that's gold. That's solid gold. And that's what you need to do. That's the thing that you need to start developing. You need to find a way of being, of communicating who you are, that is not inherently offensive. Because sometimes you are confident and you're doing everything right, but there are still some people who are like, oh, you think you're gonna get that kind of people. You can't please everybody. But it needs to be, whatever you're going to be doing needs to be morally correct. It needs to be done in such a way that it will lift people up who see it, and not with malice, with any malicious intent. And I think that the more you practice that, eventually you start figuring out how to be in a way that will positively impact the majority of people. There are some people that no matter how amazing and how pure and how proper what you're doing is, they will have a problem with it, and that's okay. That's gonna happen. It is what it is. But you're gonna have to find that way of being that really just effectively communicates who you are, and that will cause other people to aspire to that. So at this comes, so you are now becoming more confident, and maybe you'll err on the side of being too cocky. But if you are cognizant of it, if you take note of how people are constantly reacting to you, and not using that as a barometer for how you should act, but just taking note as to whether or not what you are doing is having the desired effect, then you will start realizing when you are too cocky, and maybe when you are not confident enough, not expressing yourself enough. And this is part of the journey. And what you need to realize is that it's a journey. It's not a decision. It's not like you wake up one morning and you decide, I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to be successful, and you are going to be successful. That's not how it works. It's a journey. And what will happen is that you'll start out at some point wherever you are, and then you decide, I want to level up. And as you get to that next level, you will realize, oh, there's some stuff that I was not aware of. I was not aware of how everything would work at this level. And you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. And that's okay. That's a good thing. Because that means that you've now moved up to that next level. And now when you're on that level, now you're going to have to learn how to be, how to think, how to communicate, how to act. And as you become more confident with that, you will then become more comfortable. And then as you become more comfortable, you will realize, oh, wait a minute, I need to ascend. I need to go one level up. And then when you get to that next level, things are going to be uncomfortable, and there's going to be so much turmoil and trouble and all of that. But whatever you learned at the lower level, take those principles and bring them up to this level and apply them at this level. And as you apply them at this level, you'll find that you become less uncomfortable and you become more comfortable. And as you become more comfortable, you then start learning how to communicate at this level and how to be at this level, and then the confidence returns. And then you realize, I need to go up one level. And it's a journey. It's a really interesting journey. It's an exciting journey. It's filled with the cockiness that you don't need, but you will go through it, and with the confidence that comes later. And it's a journey. Enjoy it. Don't be afraid of it. Yes, you're not gonna have as many friends, because some of those leeches, you gotten rid of them, and now you know who your true friends are. And some of those leeches maybe would have realized this is not the best way to be, and maybe they would change. And if they do change, don't be afraid to let them in. But then again, you let them in, you know who they were, what they were all about. Test, evaluate, determine. If they are, you know what to do. Do it. Guys, this has been a very exciting video. I really have enjoyed it thoroughly, preparing for it and even just presenting it to you guys. Please do like and subscribe to the video. Hit the bell notification so that you can be notified whenever I upload a new video. And I will see you guys on the next episode. Have a good one, guys, and it was amazing to see you all again. Cheers.